No Pushover, the 2003 National Black Belt League Super Grands 14 Sport Karate World Games, held at the Woodlands Marriott in the good life of the Space City. The Super Grands is produced by Sport Karate visionary super producer Boyce Lydell. Produced for television by American Tide Amateur Martial Arts Television Series. Featuring guest hosts Professor Gary Lee, plus guest commentators Chris Gallio, Angel Werta, Chad Cannon, and Joe. The Woodlands Mall was so stuffed for Thanksgiving. The Marriott was decked with Super Grands banners, posters, and decor. There is only one problem, Houston: karate aliens all week long. This is undeniably world-class competition. These competitors came in taking it to the wall, including Bay Area's best, getting it from the wild card, winning individual and team gold. There were big names, personal interviews, stunning victories, perfect 10s, so much exciting sport karate we had to make a program guide. Plus, there was stepping. World champion Keith Weston, he was stepping. The NBL Producers and Associates, they were stepping. And Mr. Kyle Whaley, he showed TKC how to step. You know why they did it. The Super Grands, no pushover, to the wire. You had to want it bad. Just look inside, action fans, as American Tide, a Karate Channel production, presents the 2003 NBL Super Grands 14 Sport Karate World Games. It's gonna be a really good show. A really good show. Next up is 11-year-old Adam Lewis. And this is Art Creative Musical Forms at the 2003 Super Grand. Oh, and Mr. Lewis comes out with a little front flip there. Punches. Oh, and a misty flip. And flurry of punches there. Hand technique. Kicks. Okay, does a gainer. Little kick there. Series of punches and oh, he winds up in a split. He won over Mr. Jerry Bernal, who's been hot all tournament long. Okay, we have Miss Jennifer Morrison performing now, and did a little pop up there, but she had a problem getting up. And doing a little kick, setting up for a back flip. Series of kicks, some punches. Jennifer Morrison. Yeah. Okay, the next competitor is Lauren Ferguson. And she says her form is named Wildfire. So let's see how hot this thing is. She starts out strong with some good stances. Oh, she's coming out with some 720s and some 540s, and coming out with a little K kick there, split kick. Oh, another 540, and she's going out with some nice. Oh, great side swipe. Split kicks. She's done some pump rounds. Oh. Great concentration. Great stances. Good high kicks. Oh. Oh. And she lands with a full split. Miss Lauren gets a 49.95, and she's the new 2003 Super Grands World Champion. 17-year-old hard creative forms, and first competitor is Eric. Oh, he goes in with a spinning standing back flip, and starts out with some strong stances. Sets up for 720. Sweep. Oh. Little flip. Front kick. Oh. And then he does a raised gainer with a kick. Series of kicks and punches. Oh, and he lands in a split and then a pop-up and a jumping split kick with some great hand technique, and Eric Wilson finishes strong. Okay, we're in 16-17 forms, and next up we have Craig Henderson, and Craig has a real tight form. He's also a NASCAR competitor. He has a pretty good attitude. Oh, and he starts out with a standing back flip with a twist. Some good strong hand techniques. Oh, 720, and he lands with a split. Oh, and he comes in with a double front flip with a twist. Hand and kicks. Little side swipe there. Oh, and a reverse gainer. 540. Hand techniques, and he's tight. He's got it all down tight. Real tight competition here. Judges gonna have a big time with this one. Both were pretty good tight. And Craig Henningsen retains his World Championship title with a 9:49.96 score. First up, we have Hart Creative Musical Forms, and we have Mia Caldwell, our first competitor, and this is the females. And Mia is coming out with some big confidence. You can see that in her approach. Oh, and she's displaying power. Series of punches. Oh, a beautiful display of those pump rounds. Oh, she did a flip. 540. And she sets up for, oh, a double reverse gainer. Series of punches and real strong finish for Mia Caldwell. Okay, Hart Musical Forms continues. And the next contestant is Miss Ashley Ortiz. And Miss Ashley's going to have to put on a pretty good performance to take out Mia. However, she does have the ability to do it. 17-year-old Ashley Ortiz. Miss Ortiz has been up on stage 3 times already at the Super Grands, and I think she's a gold ring winner as well. Starts out with some great punches and techniques. Oh, thought Mia had good pops. Good kicks, strong, fluid motion there. Tight punches. beautiful. Oh. Oh, and that's the way you do it. And a little pop up. More punches. Great intensity here in this form. Oh, beautiful. Yes, Miss Ashley Ortiz. She can show you how to do it at the 2003 Super Grand. And Miss Ashley Ortiz scores a perfect score for choreography and 49.97 for her performance there. And she is the new Super Grands 2003 World Games. Okay, first up at the 2003 Super Grands, Hard Creative Forms male is J.J. Perez, 7 years old. He bows himself into judges. And, oh, he comes in with a split kick. Series of punches. Crisp kicks and moves. It's pump rounds. Hello, 540. And he ends up with a real strong. All right. Next, Hard Creative Forms male's competitor is Bryce Ferguson at the 2003 Super Grands World Games. And Bryce is 9 years old. Oh, he comes out with a little back flip there. Kicks.
Here we go, boy. Here we go.
There has to be a certain amount of kicks in these forms. To satisfy the judges. Okay, and oh, he does a little 540, and he sets up for a reverse backflip there. Oh, and he lands in a split. Okay. And Mr. Bryce gets scored 49.96, and he's the new 2003 Hard Creative Forms male competitor. Okay, we have from Mexico, Mr. Jorge Martinez. He's 10 years old, and this is juniors male open forms at the 2003 Super Grands. And Jorge is going to have his hands full, but he comes out tight, comes out with a standing back flip with a twist, and he has some great power. Ooh. Oh. And this guy's has some great kicks, great punches in here, hard stances. Oh, this young man is just coming out with some power. Some 540s, some 720. All right. Mr. Jorge Martinez came out like he wanted it bad. Creative Forms. And we have Mr. Jared Bernal. And he's up on stage again for tonight. He's might be going for a record goal for the 2003 Super Grand World Games because he's been up many times on stage for the entire tournament. Junior Males Open Creative. Ooh, great. 720. And Jared sets up for, ooh, reverse gainer there. Oh. Oh, little 540. To Jared Bernal. Tight form. And Mr. Jorge is 1 point away from a perfect 10. And it is the highest score for the whole week. He comes out with a 50-point score, and he is the new Juniors Open Forms champion at the 2003 Super Grand. 10-11. Earl Hard Creative. And Mia is the first competitor. Mia bows herself in to the judges. Comes out with a strong stance. Set of kicks, pumps. Oh, and she just works on some good concentration there. Oh. And of course, all kata is judged on stances, power, difficulty of technique. Mia shows some strength in her kicks. Oh, and she does a double back flip with a kick in the air. And she's mixing it up. And she ends up strong. Mia Caldwell. Okay, we continue with 10-11 female open forms. And we have Megan Smith. Oh, she comes out showing great concentration. Displaying power. Punches. Oh, now these young ladies generally can't pump that leg perpendicular in the air. Oh, it's like a double backflip there. A lot better than the guys can. I think it's because of the way their hips are made. Little scissor kick there. Oh, she breaks a little bit there, makes a little stumble. Pump kicks. Strong ending for Megan, but Mia is going to give her a round for her money. 49.92 for Miss Megan, and Mia Caldwell beat by maybe a little over a tenth of a point, and she came out with the best kata and open forms, 11 and under females at the 2003 Super Grand. Competition continues with 16-17 hard creative musical forms, and the first competitor is Craig Henningsen.
Somebody ready to party in the house? Come on, make some noise!
And Craig comes out with a display of power. And you can be sure that this is going to be a hot form. These two guys, some hot junior competitors. They're considered the best of the hot shots. And Craig disrobes his top. 2003 Super Grands. 16-17 hard creative musical. Lots of sound effects in this form. Little pop-up. Oh, and Craig over rotates on that technique. 540 there, and he sets up for Gainer. Little flip kick. Some hand technique. And that's your form for Craig Henningsen. The 2003 Super Grands continues with 15 through 17 hard creative musical forms, and Mr. Tony Lopez is on deck. Mr. Craig Henningsen just performed. They call him TJ, and he's one of the first competitors that Karate Channel saw doing the reverse gainer with a twist, and it's a beautiful sight to see when Mr. TJ does it. Okay, standing back flip, and Mr. TJ comes out with some kicks and punches. Oh, jumping split kick there. Shows power and form. And sets up for his spinning, twisting gainer. I told you it's beautiful. Oh yeah, a little side swipe. And Mr. Lopez is on his number tonight. Oh, and he comes out with another double kick, and he ends up with a split. And just a great form for Mr. Tony Lopez. See that Mr. Tony Lopez is going to be the new 2003 Super Grands 15 through 17 musical forms world champion with a score of 49.96. And Mr. Lopez put on a great performance that time. Next competition at the 2003 Super Grand World Games is 11 and under Korean forms, traditional, and first competitor is Miss Nicole Sullivan, and Miss Nicole won the Japanese forms earlier. Let's see if she's gonna do it again with the Korean. Apparently she's a traditionalist, and of course the Korean form is a lot different from the Japanese. If you notice that high kick that the Korean uses versus the low kick in the Japanese. Oh yeah, real tight form for Miss Nicole. Next up is Cass Sigmund. And this is 11 and under. Korean forms. And of course, in all forms, competition, judges judge on stance, power, intensity. And Cass is going pretty strong here. So the judges are going to have a big time with this to say that Mr. Cass Sigmund is the new Korean Juniors Forms Weapons Champion at the 2003 Super Grand World Games. Competition continues at the 2003 Super Grand World Games. And the first competitor is Mr. AJ. And this is 12 to 14 Korean forms. And Mr. AJ is on deck. He's with the K2 Karate Team, Texas. Mr. AJ has been up on stage a couple of times himself. Great kicks there. Good stance, good power. Korean form. High kick is allowed. tight form there by Mr. Supergrands continues with Miss Melissa McShane. And this is 12 through 14 Korean traditional forms. And Melissa starts out with some good power and kicks. She's got some good stances going there. Overall looking good right now. And she's also working some strong kips. Good kick. Good intensity and concentration in this form. Okay, tight. Miss Melissa McShane, 12 to 14, Korean form. And it is clear that Miss Melissa McShane is going to be the new 12-14 Korean Forms champion at the 2003 next competition at the 2003 Super Grand World Games is 14 through 18-year-old juniors, Korean traditional forms. And first competitor is Daniel Marshall. Daniel bows himself in. And he's starting out with some high intensity. And displaying a little power there in his form. Some offensive and defensive moves in this form there. Dan gets in his kicks. Oh, great kicks, high kicks. And that's Dan is working it real good. He's putting in a lot of power and intensity in that form. And that's 14 through 18 Korean traditional, and that's Dan Marshall. Next up, we have Miss Ashley Ortiz, and this is 14 through 17-year-old Korean forms at the 2003 Super Grands World Games. And Miss Ashley is going for her 6th gold. She's brought a lot of intense competition to this tournament. Miss Ashley is an accomplished musician. She also has some students studying under her now. This is one of the martial artists that might go to the university after school. Miss Ashley has some good stances, good kicks. She's showing some power in that kata. All right. And Mr. Dan Marshall gets scored 49.94. It's going to be a tied decision. Like Mr. Daniel Marshall is going to be the new 14 through 17 Korean Forms champion at the 2003 Super Grands. The 2003 Super Grands continues with continuous sparring, and this is the super heavyweight juniors, and we have Mr. Freeman with the white headgear, and we have Mr. Vickers with the blue headgear, and these guys are going to be going at it tough, I can tell you that. Mr. Vickers has already won the point sparring juniors. Ooh, and these guys are going at it. Now the judges are calling these guys together, letting them know not too much success, and Mr. Vickers is penalized for 4 points. Ooh, and Mr. Vickers continues on, and Mr. Freeman gets 2 more points for that. Ooh, and Mr. Vickers comes back with some more punches to the head, and he's deducted 3 more points, and there's 21 seconds left, and it's 9-0 before the points are even tabulated. Donald Vickers was being a little bit aggressive, and Mr. Freeman, Mr. Vickers had to forfeit that match to Mr. Freeman because of the way he fought the fight. There was a little bit of excessive contact going on there with Mr. Vickers. The judges don't want to see the opponent's head go back with a punch. So the fight was forfeited to Mr. Freeman. However, Mr. Freeman came in as an underdog there with one loss. So Mr. Vickers gets a chance to fight again. However, when he comes into this match, he cannot come in with too much excess in his punches or kicks. This is a super heavyweight juniors continuous point sparring at the 2003 Super Grand World Games. And Mr. Donald Vickers in the blue headgear, and we have Mr. Ryan Freeman in the white headgear, and Mr. Vickers gets a 2 points for excess face contact from Mr. Freeman, and Mr. Freeman gets 2 points for face contact. Ooh, and these guys are going at it pretty strong, and the judges are letting them go this time. And 33 seconds left. Mr. Vickers was eliminated because of excessive contact, but he can win by winning this match. Oh, and he's relentless tonight. 21 seconds left, and they continue at it. This is the super heavyweight juniors, and Mr. Vickers gets another penalty for hitting in the face. And these guys get back at it. And these are 2-minute round, 1 minute breaks. Oh, these are 2-minute matches, 1 minute breaks, and time has been called. And Mr. Freeman has been given the title, or Mr. Freeman has earned the title by elimination. He has drawn blood. Mr. Vickers drew blood, and he was eliminated for the first match because of excessive contact, and then he came back, and Mr. Freeman was to Mr. Vickers because of the excessive contact. Now the judge is conferring and making sure about this decision, and we'll see how it's going to turn out. Now, as you can see, Mr. Vickers and Mr. Freeman are the biggest of the juniors that we have out here, and Mr. Vickers don't get a chance to fight the big guys all of the time in his point sparring, and when he gets up there with someone that's his size, he feels that that person ought to be able to stand up toe-to-toe with him, and things just don't work out that way. Mr. Vickers is just going to have to move up into that adult division before he's able to really perform the way he'd really like to with the point sparring that he has the ability to display. Okay, and Ryan Freeman have been awarded the continuous juniors males sparring heavyweight title at the 2003 Super Grands by elimination over Mr. Donald Vickers. This 2003 Super Grand World Games tournament match continues with continuous sparring, and this is light middleweight junior males, and we have Richard Speckman in all black, and we have Roberto Torres with the gray head gear, and these guys are some of the best. Ooh, Mr. Roberto Torres, of course, is multiple continuous sparring champ, and these guys are going at it pretty good. Mr. Roberto has 1 penalty point already. Oh, Mr. Roberto is holding his own in there with Mr. Richard right now. 31 seconds left, and a 1 minute round, 2 minute match.
Penalty point goes to Stegman.
Certain amount of punches, certain amount of kicks go into this continuous sparring. Oh, and these guys are going at it pretty good. Ooh, Mr. Torres knows how to get the points in this continuous sparring division. And Mr. Roberto gets a penalty point for that punch to the head. And Mr. Roberto comes in a little bit further. And this time is winding down. Oh, end of the first minute of the 2 minute match. Now, Mr. Torres could virtually put this fight to a close at the end of this round. If he wins, Mr. Richard did come in with one loss, but Mr. Torres came in clean. He's undefeated. And Mr. Torres is probably undefeated for a very long time here. And this is light middleweight. That's 121 pounds and under. Roberto Torres in the gray and Richard in the black. Oh, and Mr. Torres throws a beautiful spinning hook kick to Mr. Richard. Oh, and these guys are going at it pretty strong.
38 seconds left.
And Mr. Torres gets a penalty point. Oh, and it's some great punches, great kicks going into this match. 30 seconds left. Light middleweight juniors, males, continuous sparring, 2003 Super Grands, Roberto Torres and Richard.
Torres had the side kick.
Now Richard has been very strong in his point sparring all tournament long, but this continuous sparring is another breed. The clock is winding down, and these guys are still going at it pretty strong. And Stegman does get in a kick before it's over with. We'll see what the judges call. And that's the end of the 2 minute match. Score is 35-26 in favor of Roberto Torres. And Roberto Torres prevails as the 2003 Super Grands light middleweight junior males continuous sparring. And this is C. Andre Cannon with the Karate Channel, and we're signing off for tonight.